What's up, everybody? This is a daily dose of mental health here with you again with another video. And this video will be discussing how to make drug withdrawal easier. And this is a process in regards to opiates and opioids. Because this is one a lot of times that if you can't go see a doctor, you're not at a huge risk of having seizures and certain things like that, to where it'll suck going through the withdrawals, either cold turkey or tapering. But typically you can do it without medical advice or going to see your doctor. Now benzos, that's a completely different subject. I'm just going into opiates and opioids. Before I go any further, if you can, please like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And also, if you can ring that bell icon, and the subscribe little icon should be in the bottom right hand corner right down here. I went ahead and put that in for some video editing. But let's go ahead and get this show on the road. And I'm going to go through 4 to 5 different methods that really help me during this time. Number 1, just do it. I remember the biggest thing for me when I first started wanting to get off of, in particular, tramadol, the biggest problem I had at first was just trying it and doing it. I'd always put it off till the next day. So the number one key advice I give you is just try it and just do it. So if you're going to tell yourself, okay, let's say you're working a job and you've got the next 2 to 3 days off, then go ahead and try it. Number 2, and this is kind of, instead of cold turkey, number 2 in regards to keys / ways to help with the withdrawal. Tapering. Tapering can be very effective for people. For me personally, I know some people through the NA community who actually have successfully tapered off opiates and opioids, or really anything that they're using to help them get off of it. And the big takeaway from this is, if you feel like you can't cold turkey it, which cold turkey obviously means, just get off it all at once, the last dose. Tapering would be an example. Let me take my example. Let's say I was taking 200 milligrams of tramadol a day. So that means I was taking 4 pills. That means that, because each pill is 50 milligrams. So that means I'd be taking 4 pills. In order to do a successful taper, which once again I would discuss with your doctor. I am not a medical doctor. I am an RN though. One way that you could likely do it would be, let's say you're taking your normal dose for a week, set a date. This date I'm going to drop a half of a pill or a quarter of a pill. And then the next week, I'm going to drop another half and you can take it over a long process to where you could do it over 4 to 5 months. And why it is very helpful for some people is the fact that if you don't have to do it all at once, and while you're giving your body time to adjust to your new lower dosage, you're also slowly going through a little bit of the withdrawal. So when you finally get off of it, your body already has a huge kickstart in regards to actually quitting the medication. This would be in my opinion, a really good to try for people who are working. Now, if you don't have a job currently, I would say cold turkey, if you can, or if you don't have it, I mean, either way, you can try cold turkey, but this would be a good experience to try, or something you could discuss with your doctor if you have a job. My big third key, this is a big one, is, sorry if I'm looking around, I'm in my car making sure no one can hear me because I talk kind of loud. My third big aspect is be prepared, meaning you know what you're going to have. It's going to be a head-on collision with the wall, meaning you're going to have side effects, obviously. You know you're going to have withdrawals. And what I mean by side effects is when you naturally are on something and you take it away, or you start start tapering it, you're going to feel some unpleasant side effects. A big one you'll feel is you'll feel irritable, anxious, depressed. You'll feel like your thoughts are bouncing around everywhere in your head. You can't maintain a thought. But don't let that hinder you from continuing to stop. That's all part of the process. It's gonna feel that way. If you're not feeling anything, any withdrawal, that's awesome. But I'm gonna tell you, most people do. Sorry, everyone. So yeah, just be prepared. Before I go into the last couple suggestions I have, once again, if you like the content, please like and subscribe to the channel. And ring that bell icon. It's in the top right-hand corner of my channel. The fourth thing I would give advice to, the fourth suggestion, kind of builds off of being prepared. It's have Gatorade, have water, don't go into it prepared as well, meaning this is stuff you can do to the side that can only help. Go to the grocery store a couple days before you start this process and get Gatorades, get crackers, get things that sit well in your stomach. In my opinion, I wouldn't just cold turkey it and then you don't have anything to the side. Waters, Gatorades, things like that. Because getting out socially, it'll be hard at first. You won't want to. You'll feel anxious, shaky, things like that. And the fifth and final thing I will suggest to you is, as well, is don't be afraid to try other natural substances along with it while you quit. Everyone here knows what I'm talking about in my experience, how I quit tramadol to the side, which it wasn't the only thing that helped me get off of the tramadol. All these other things that I discussed were big factors that helped me. But even natural teas, natural substances, and also being open with your friends and family about it. I know some people have situations where their family doesn't know, but if you even have a close friend or anything you can talk to about what you're going through, it'll only help it. That's one reason I'm making these videos. It's because when I first went through it, no one even knew I really had an issue, and I didn't want to talk to anyone, so I would scroll through these YouTube channels, which really helped me. So if you don't have anyone to talk to, put your story in the comments down here and get more info, because I'm going to be pumping out a lot more videos like this. This is the whole point. One of the big points of this channel is to form a community and bring down the stigma of mental health, and to have a community that is here for ones that need help out there. Yeah, so I mean, that's the whole thing. Drop your comments down here, tell a friend about it. But do remember though, and I'll just say this now, it's always great to consult your doctor. It's always great to consult with a doctor. But yeah, just if you like these videos, like and subscribe. I'm gonna be putting out a lot more of these videos for us, in regards to things that relate to me, like tramadol withdrawal, and that can be used like tramadol, opioid. A lot of these side effects are gonna be similar to other opiates and opioids, and even if they're not similar in that regard, the process of quitting, a lot of these tips I'm giving you can be applied. So yeah, and lastly, don't be afraid, when you start this process, I know you'll feel weak and tired and whatnot, and this is a big tip I wanted to discuss as well. I'm happy I just remembered it. The first couple days, if you cold turkey or even taper it, you might feel like hell. That's why I'm saying get your Gatorades, have everything ready before you start this process. But after the first 24 to 48 hours, even though you'll still feel bad, if you still do feel bad, let's say the physical withdrawals have kind of went down a little bit, it's always good to get up and move. Exercise is huge. Go out, go on a walk. Try to take your mind off what's going on, because if you just fixate on withdrawal while you're laying in bed, it's not going to be any better. Now, don't go out and go try to run a marathon or anything, but within your means, get up, and even if you can't go far, just get out of your bed, do stretching. I'm gonna also talk about some stretching techniques and just movement, and how blood flow is so important during this process, meaning stretching and just basic stretching, doing things like that, because it'll only help. And you might find while you're going through this, one thing I found is I found different hobbies and interests when I started going through this process that I would have never enjoyed while I was using. Like, for example, making videos. I've gotten into a lot more craftsmanship and stuff. I really would like to in the future at some point really like build my own house. I mean, I once again, very far-fetched dream, but you'll find you have other hobbies or interests, because the med, to an extent, blocked out a lot of these natural brain pathways that would have naturally formed later, that now you're starting to now explore. So if you're finding different interest than when you were using, that is part of the process. That's a good thing. And don't let that hinder you back for going, man, maybe I should go back to what I was doing. That block that out, because if there was something you really did like doing when you were using drugs and whatnot, like for let's say you really enjoyed watching something on TV, move on from it for a little bit. See what else your brain is wanting to explore. And I assure you, if you start trying these things, it will get better. It's not easy. The first week is pretty tough with the physical withdrawals. Then you got the mental withdrawals. And I don't want to bullshit you. Everyone's withdrawal is a lot different. Some people have it up to a year. And I'm not going to lie to you. Mine, I still have, on top of the drug withdrawal and whatnot, I have certain things like ADD. I have my own mental health problems, anxiety and whatnot. So I'm going to be as well addressing, once you start getting clean, how you can also address these other ongoing issues going on in your brain. Because the reason I want to do this is because I'll do videos. I put out one a couple days ago about me having a very stressful day. Because this channel's not just going to be about what you can become. There's going to be videos on days where I'm extremely anxious or depressed or having a horrible day that I'm going to put up here just to show you that you're not alone in this thing we go through called life. So once again, if you like the comment, please like and subscribe. This is the Daily Dose of Mental Health. Leave a comment down there. I will get back to you as soon as I can. So let's have a good day. It's almost 8 o'clock here in the States. And let's get after it. And let's make a change. See y'all later. Bye.